Hello, this is part 3 of Wesley Thompson of YouTube, War on Stupidity of YouTube. I have Wonder Man channel and some more channels for YouTube, only me at them. And Wes Truther, WESTRUTHER, at Brightian.com and at BitChute. And so when YouTube removes my videos, it's up to you to know where else I'm posting that same video that YouTube removed. Because if YouTube removed it, you're going to want to see that. I ended the last one with humans are being controlled mentally and spiritually by intellect that far surpasses human perception. That's what it boils down to. And that all these things, these channelers who give you good information and then support NASA and outer space and other universes and all this other kind of crap. I explained in the second video the living conditions that we're in on this flat earth that we live on. It's multiple tiers, and each tier expands a bigger distance. And we live in one cup, we live under one electromagnetic force field dome, and then there's another one over that one that's bigger, and another one believed to be over that one that's still bigger. And that the earth can be a million or millions of miles in diameter. And my mind has been opened to some more stuff about that, but my mind is loaded with a whole lot of other stuff that I want to get across to y'all too. But the thing, these websites who still push, these YouTube channelers who still support NASA, who still support satellites, who still support a globe Earth, a sun that's 93 million miles away. These people are double agents and they're not your friends. They're giving you some good information, but they're hooking you like a fish. All that stuff about those satellites and everything, planets, outer space. Outer space is just the next covering of a space above our dome. And it ain't millions of miles deep. It ain't billions of miles away. The lights that are in those areas are not gazillions and billions of miles away. All that is something to blow your head up, make your mind perceptive and willing to accept any bullshit they throw at you at all. Be stronger than that. Understand that there's no such thing as that crap I just answered. It's just another covering of space above our dome. And maybe another one, which is higher and stretches and spans further in all directions. Each new force field, dome. And not saying that there's no way to get in to change, to get through the force fields. Maybe there is a way. Maybe you can go under the edge of them. Who knows? But everything that's alive lives on this one flat earth with us. And there ain't a whole bunch of others of them out there nowhere that I would believe. There is more than just one dome force field, and these spaces have light or have objects in their sky separate from our space, like our moon and other objects that are held in its own space of enclosed force field that we live in. And our stars and our constellations are in under our force field dome with us, folks. Man's mental and spiritual and emotional perceptions are being uninstalled. They're being deleted. They're being muted from our minds, from our thought processes. Let me tell you something. With these testings of cells for targeting, these targets that they choose are selected in your DNA and others like you. Statistical heat mapping goes when one function just above the cellular level is analyzed, and it is found out all other cells and their contacts and frequency signals all together They created the structure of your DNA, and they are being separated and categorized by the numbers, mathematically, of direct compared to the indirect compared. So this heat mapping is the strength of how many cells are directly related to a function. You know, these supercomputers, they can formulate and print out and text and email and call you on your phone with an automated voice recording and have headlines already lined up for news and for press, all at once, with the topic or subject matter that can be the biggest bullshit lie you ever heard, but you're trained to believe it. They are using BD Rhapsody. That's BD Rhapsody, RHAPSODY, WTA, amplification, and they are using this kit, so to speak, and this programmed object brings the entire transcriptomy analysis of anyone's single cell right to the hand of or to the control of whatever machine or computer is controlling this information. And these supercomputers, through the use of frequencies into your cells that they have implanted in you, receptors, receivers, and transmitters to your other cells, they can then suddenly and abruptly make changes inside of any individual, personal, complete being or group that are very closely related to the same artificial frequencies that their bodies will accept to let in their Trojan horses. The same ones who have the control over the foods and the water of humans are the same ones that create all viruses, all poisons, all toxins, and some of these toxins are toxic to every living thing, and the same ones who laugh at the sheeple as they allow themselves to be arrested for face mask violations, for not staying in your house under lockdown, house imprisonment, and now they have equipment online with 5G and 6G that can lock you inside your outdoor toilet. You open that toilet door and your hand and wrist and arm will start to burn so friggin' fast that you will let that door close itself and you will jerk your friggin' arm back. You won't feel it inside, but it is around all four walls of your outside Johnny house, and they can do that. They can create a force field, so to speak, or produce one, that will be a barrier to encircle a city, a town, or a whole state, or the whole border area edge, 200 or 300 miles deep, of the North American continent. And everybody and every living thing within that area could be instantly killed. And if they do that to the border of the North American continent, they'll kill most of the population of this country, because that's what they say all the time. A huge percentage of the U.S. population live in coastal regions. They got the power to wipe them all out real fast. People with small arms fire. Man, you got to have real good planners and some brave people if you're going to make any difference at all. They can create a gauntlet that nothing can get through. It'll kill birds that fly into it. And under conditions of war or disarmament, or the military going door to door to not only force Trump's inoculations, but also to fill their Schindler's List. And that is a list not out to apprehend that individual, just terminate them. We don't want to lock them up. We don't want to talk to them. We don't want them talking to anybody on our side. Terminate them. And that's what I am. I had to work hard to get that position, baby. I'm like America's most, not maybe America, I'm like most wanted, something similar to that, except they want to pick their spot so as not to leave a mess, and I'm trying to be careful. And in that pictorial, I'll show you a picture of a piece of plate steel that I can just plunk right through. 1/2-inch steel, I can just plunk right through it. And that ain't no secret. Everybody knows that. Everybody that pays any attention to me, they know that. And so I'd be reluctant myself about messing with somebody that I couldn't wear enough body armor to stop their shit. But anyway, folks, Trump has said repeatedly over and over and over, you got to get your shots. And now he's quoted as saying, and let me go on, these same ones who make the science to make us sick are those same ones who claim they are working to help fight disease and sickness and illness. But they're the ones making the shit. But who are they really working? Who are they really helping? Who are they working for? These same ones don't consume their own products. They shop at special groceries and don't drink fluoride. They don't take their own poisons, folks, because they're creating them for you who don't know any better. If they take a shot, it's more likely to be a cocktail, a B12 shot, or even water. But those same ones who make the poisons don't take it themselves, nor eat their processed meats with human flesh. Those who consume human flesh or blood don't taint it. Those who outright consume human flesh and blood, they don't taint it. Ask anybody who takes their whiskey straight. Mention it to them. They'll understand the concept. There are much deeper secrets than cannibalism and cultish worship and human and animal torture and sacrifice. There are much deeper deceptions, humans living in military and in science complexes or in some weapons research laboratories being run by computers where splicing DNA and artificially controlling cell structure and creating hybrids and birthing hybrids from unwilling human hosts or mothers. And the species of human is regressing because we're being forced, tricked. And those with intellect are working the government or staying away from it. Those with intellect are either working for the government or they don't want to have anything to do with the government. They don't have any respect for it. And because they don't like Marxist government. And with mind control, tyrannical Nazis and the Nazi sympathizers and the employees who all work together, part of the team. So I am targeted. I'm a targeted individual. The good of society are faced with some incredible odds. These odds have turned, these incredible gang that's up against humanity have turned their backs and their consciences on the rest of us, and we will be converted to full compliance, or we will be removed from controlled societies. Then you folks, you're not going to have anybody to tell you nothing when they take all of the me's out of societies.